Peace, family. This is Sister Ajay from the Sweet Spot Detox Boutique in Atlanta. We're a premier holistic womb wellness studio, opened up to the community to make sure we're focusing on our inner health, our mind, our body, and our souls in that sweet spot. All of you ladies know that everything that goes on with us emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically harbors in our womb. So this is something that's real close to my heart. I've discerned with the ancestors and the spirit, like, what is it? What is the divide? What is the disconnect? Why are we not getting to a greater level of understanding, in relationships with our children, with ourselves as a community, as a collective community? Why is our culture not strengthening? What is it? And for me, the spirit said, it all started in the womb, and then it's all going to start with the womb. So I'm like, okay, I'm obedient to that. So I'm just fulfilling my assignment. Ladies, really, I have a lot of clients that come in that is very much disconnected with their sweet spot, as we call it, very disconnected with the sacredness of who God has created them to be as a phenomenal woman. And we deal with that on a lot of different levels. Definitely we deal with it on an emotional level. So I am quick to always tell sisters when they come to Sweet Spot, we are not a spa. We are actually focusing on the health, the wellness, the mind, the body, and the soul of the community. So this is not somewhere where you can come take your selfies and all of that kind of thing and celebrate yourself. But this is really about self-love and self-healing and self-care, and what do you do to promote inner healing within yourself, and what way of course to do that instead of celebrating our sacredness, sitting on our sacred seat, being able to become sisters once again, being here to support, motivate, enlighten, inspire each other. So when I talk about what vaginal steaming does, vaginal steaming is not anything new. It's not Japanese, it's not Korean, it's not Chinese, it's not Asian. It's African. It's authentically African. Africans, if you talk to Haitian women, if you talk to women on the continent, if you talk to women from Ghana, they've been raised and reared with the ancient benefits of vaginal steaming. The herbs is going into the vaginal tissue, and it's cleansing, it's detoxing, it's purging, it's purifying, it's tightening and toning the uterine wall, the vaginal tissues, and releasing toxins and parabens out of the system. So that is what vaginal steaming is doing. Now, one thing that a lot of sisters communicate to me about is they have a lot of internal issues going on with their femininity, with their womb. We have a overwhelming amount of sisters in the community with fibroids, fibromyalgia, polycystic ovarian syndrome, lupus. We have, ovarian cysts. We have, all kind of tumors, all kind of bacteria, all kind of infections, consistent candida yeast going on, bacteria vaginosis, pelvic inflammatory disease, urinary tract infections. And of course, when you go to your OBGYN, you go to your doctor, they're going to give you antibiotics. That's the first thing they're going to give you. They're going to give you gels. They're going to give you creams. And what those antibiotics and those gels and creams are doing is further breaking down the vaginal tissues, thinning out the vaginal tissues, which brings more harm to the womb and distresses the womb. So a lot of times women say, Ajay, why am I continually, even though I'm taking the antibiotics, even though I'm taking the gels, putting the gels in, putting the creams in, taking, pain medicine for cramps, why is this something that I'm having to continue to live with? Because we have to understand that this society is not healing us. They're pacifying the illness. They're putting a Band-Aid on it. You know what I'm saying? They're not here to heal from the cure. So what I tell women is, first and foremost, you have to get in alignment with your body. Your body speaks to you. It sends you messages every day of what you feel like, what you look like. You know what I'm saying? The kind of energy that you give off. All of that is included in our health and wellness. So at the end of the day, you should be the most important person that is able to diagnose your own body. If you're in alignment with your spiritualness, your mentalness, your emotionalness, and of course your physicalness, you should know dead on when something is wrong with you. So it's not about keeping it a secret from your husband or your children or your mother or your daughter. It's about really facing what's going on inside of you internally and addressing that issue from the core. And that's some of the things that we focus on here at Sweet Spot. A lot of women say, I've been dealing with an overwhelming amount of bleeding for years. And I'm blown away that sisters have actually become numb to dealing with these issues internally and in secret. Your husband don't know, your sister don't know, your mom don't know. You've been dealing with this internally, and we know that when we internalize ill feelings in our body, it just turns into disease. So you're furthering to impact yourself in a negative way when you don't acknowledge what's going on in your body. So for me, coming in and detoxing and cleansing and purging with the herbs, the ancient herbal medicine is being carried up by the steam vapors to the vaginal tissues to be able to detox you from your most sacred seat. That's important. So sisters, please come out. You know what I'm saying? Call. We have 500 womb sauna practitioners worldwide. This is not anything that I am alone in. I have a whole family of sisters in Philly, in New York, in Massachusetts, in all on the East Coast, Virginia, Maryland, D.C., that's doing this womb work. We have several sisters in Atlanta that's doing the vaginal steam. Of course, we approach it here at Sweet Spot from a spiritual perspective because nobody can do your healing but you. You have to participate in your own work. I can't heal you. Your mother can't heal you. It has to be a decision and a personal choice that you make to put yourself first. That's first and foremost. And then we have to get you into where you're in a regimen, a consistent, diligent regimen that you're participating in each and every day to be the best version of who God created you to be, who the divine created you to be. And women, we have to be able to interact and reconnect with our womb because that is where our power resonates at. That is why we feel so depleted. That's a lot of the times due to our stress levels, our anxiety, our emotionalness, our attitudes, how we're very moody sometimes and very snappy, that all resonates with the womb, how well you are in your womb. So sisters, we invite you out. We have all organic, all holistic products. We're here speaking about what Brother DJ wanted me to speak about, the Lamo herbal pads. It has rose, it has lavender, it has hatunia, it has aloe vera, in it for antimicrobial, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, cleansing you from the inside. Because a lot of times the problems that we're having, the issues that we're having, sisters, and this is just real, whether we want to accept it or not, we are buying toxic products. Our sanitary products are toxic. Tampons, sanitary napkins, no matter which one of them that you're using, they're being bleached. They're using recycled paper in these products, and they're bleaching them, and they're going through a chlorine process to whiten the cotton. And that chlorine process is bringing a toxin called dioxin, which I always speak on. This is 130% more potent than cyanide. And at a very sacred time of us bleeding, which our body is going through our natural cleanse, this is when the toxins is aligning with our vaginal tissues. And if you don't know, your vaginal tissues is the most absorbent tissue on a woman's body. So it absorbs everything. We have good bacteria and we have bad bacteria in our womb. Your menses is coming in to cleanse the bad bacteria. But with the environmental toxins that we come in contact with every day, and of course the toxins that we ingest with our food, we are very toxic. We're taking in toxins every day. If we don't get addicted to what it is to detox internally, I'm not talking about being vegan and vegetarian. That's all well and fine. But I'm talking about doing internal cleanses. If you're not doing colonics, if you're not doing kidney cleanses, if you're not doing liver flushes, if you're not doing foot detoxes, if you're not doing vaginal steams, you are not getting to the toxins that's lying dormant in your system. So that is what this is about. That is what we brought holistic wellness to our community for. That is why we have holistic products with the herbs in it that's aligning with the vaginal tissue to keep keep you cleansed, to keep your pH balanced, to keep your hormones balanced, and to keep your estrogen levels balanced. For a woman, that is our goal, to keep all those 3 things in balance. We are good. We can have babies up until we're over 60 years old. We don't have to participate in menopause. When people say, I'm going through the change, when women come in here and they say, I'm going through the change, what is that? What is the change? There is no change. It's only changed because we're not participating in our self-care and our self-love regimen. We can regulate our hormones where we don't have to go through menopause. So ladies, this is something simply that I'm coming to you. We have where you can come in and get a consultation. SweetSpotAtlanta.com is our website if you want to further look into what we're doing here in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta. You book your appointment online. Of course, if you want to come in and get the products, the herbal pads, the Lamo herbal pads, you call me first and I will set up with you when you're able to come into the studio and get what you need. But sisters, this is for us. This is how we participate in loving on ourselves, not putting that particular assignment on any other person but us. Being responsible and being accountable for our own self-love and our own self-wellness. Peace and love, fam.